Hi, my name is Jackson Parker. I'm here today with SE Oversight. We are your guardian angel to your online presence. And today I wanted to talk to you about ratings and reviews. A lot of folks agonize over ratings and reviews. It can be something that stresses people out. And maybe it should. It's certainly a part of your online presence. If you've worked with SE Oversight in the past, you've maybe heard us talk about something we call the marketing totem pole. Sort of is a way to rank the priorities that you need to worry about when you're starting to get going with your online presence. And while ratings and reviews aren't your number one marketing priority online, there are other things on the totem pole that we would want to prioritize. Website's always going to be number one. SEO, it is certainly a necessary add-on depending on how great other aspects of your web presence are. So what are ratings and reviews, and how do you really work on this as an actual part of your business? Well, some folks will call it reputation management, which makes sense because it is your online reputation. A bad review can do a lot more harm than several very good ones can, which is why your reputation's on the line and is why something you should really take seriously. Ratings and reviews focuses on something called review generation, which really just means you're generating as many reviews as possible. And you will want to focus on generating as many reviews as possible. Depending on it is what you sell or provide, maybe it's a big purchase that a lot of people agonize over, folks are going to be checking out your reviews ahead of time, perhaps before they even visit your website and get to hear you explain what it is you provide on your own terms. So the question becomes, how do you really take control of this? And that's the beauty of the term review generation. It puts the agency on you and your practice, your company, your business, whatever that may be, to generate as many reviews as possible, whether that's something you do yourself or with the help of your employees or with an agency. And we may well recommend an agency for you. So how do you do this, and why is that difficult? Well, for starters, you're trying to beat out something called voluntary response bias, which is a term that you may or may not remember from your AP psychology test. I did just about adequately when I took that test 6 years ago, but I do remember that voluntary response bias is a hump that you have to get over when you're really only working with people that want to say something and have no incentive to do otherwise unless their desire is very strong. So with reviews, that generally means people are only going to talk about you when they have very negative things to say. Meanwhile, perfectly happy customers of yours may love the service that you provide, have every intention to spread the good word, but it's kind of something that you just have to get around to, and honestly, people don't get around to it. Think about the last fabulous restaurant you went to where you had excellent service. I'm sure you praise that anytime it's convenient. I'm doubtful that you actually went online and posted a review there. Once again, this is where the value of review generation comes into play. When people decide to start being proactive about review generation on our own, it takes a number of different forms. For starters, a lot of folks just like to toss in a review link underneath their email signature when they follow up with customers. Other folks will just straight up say, "Hi, please write us a review," if they have their email. Both of these work, but are a little bit iffy. Another value of reputation management is the way that it handles negative reviews. If you currently have some negative reviews hanging out there, I am sorry. Maybe you earned it, maybe you didn't. But there are ways to get rid of it. So you can maybe try and resolve that issue with your client or customer. You'll often see this take the form of comments from the business itself speaking towards the negative reviews. If you go on Google reviews, you'll see stuff like that quite often. In truth, there's only one way to actually get rid of these negative reviews, and it's by drowning them out with positive ones. Another great thing about reputation management is that reviews are fabulous for SEO, not only within Google and other search engines, but within the review platforms themselves. Review sites like to show the great things first. So if you look up best falafel stop on the corner, and there's two, the really well-regarded one is going to show up first. At the same time, many reviews that create a broad picture of a business is much more helpful than very few glowing reviews. A business with 400 4-star reviews is going to track a whole lot better than a business with 10 4.8-star reviews. Additionally, Google indexes how recently a review was posted. So something that was said about your business 10 years ago really isn't really helpful anymore in 2018. Google understands that and will index you appropriately. Another lovely thing about having lots of glowing reviews is that you can use them for other aspects of your SEO, content, and social media strategy. We love to post positive reviews of people who love SEO Oversight, A, because it makes us feel warm inside, and B, because it becomes helpful to other people who check us out on social media. So good reviews can be invaluable. They're often the first thing that people see about you and your business when they look you up. You don't have to spend money on an agency, but we do recommend that you might. we can find you a perfect one, because that's what we do at SEO Oversight. A lot of agencies that we work with do a very excellent job of placing iPads within your place of business so that folks who are just hanging around and enjoying their experience with you can very casually post a Google review on their own. It's really great and helpful, and it doesn't mean that you have to then send an employee to go racing after them, whether they have an email or not, to go source that positive review. What we want to do at SEO Oversight is for you to understand the value. Reviews are part and parcel to your entire online reputation, and it's something that you ought to devote some sort of resource to. That resource may be money, that resource may be human capital within your office. Reputation management is a game of proactivity, and we at SEO Oversight, we personally feel that the right move is to be spending money on an agency that can do this for you impeccably. If the time is right for you to start focusing on reputation management for your business, of course at SEO Oversight, we're more than happy to pair you two in a group for absolutely no cost. But if we can do anything for you right now, it would be to underscore the value of reviews, ratings, and reputation management. It takes a lot of time to build a really sturdy online reputation, and at SEO Oversight, we'd be more than happy to guide you through the process. And if I can leave you with one thing, let it be this: if you don't reviews it, you lose it. Have a lovely day.